Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
So I think we've talked about this on air before, that often we'll just we don't do this as a full-time job, as the quality and our attention to mechanics, each other at the game sometimes belie. So we'll pick a weekend and record a batch of these at a time. Take a break, get some lunch. And so today during lunch, the one thing that's going to be rough is we'll start talking and it'll be a really good conversation. We're like, oh, this is great. Should we talk about it on the next episode? And one thing came up. Jared started sharing with us a reoccurring dream that you'd had as a kid. Are you comfortable sharing that on air?
Yeah, no, we were just, I don't know why we talked about it, but something about dreams. But I would have this reoccurring dream as a kid, probably end of elementary school to middle school, where my family and I would all go to a fair or a carnival. And it was this really picturesque area, in the bottom of this valley. And I would climb up by myself. I'd climb up the hill and look down on the fair, and it was all nice and beautiful. And then all of a sudden, everything would catch fire, and I would just have a terrible feeling.
That's so sad.
Everyone I know is down there. This is great.
Yowzers.
And I don't know what that means to this day. I've never tried to unpack it, and I really didn't think about it much until we were just talking about it.
It feels like an opening sequence of a dramatic book, a dream sequence of seeing a town burning.
Totally. And
foreboding.
There was some there were some feels in there. I was scared, but then I woke up and I was like, oh, that was weird. And you just go on with life.
It's because you don't have an inner monologue.
That's actually why you don't
out with myself. So.
Anyone else have reoccurring dreams?
So I actually held on to this because I figured it would be hilarious to say it on the podcast.
Oh, God.
I don't know of a recurring dream that I've had, but last night I had a dream involving Trent, which was that for some reason
How often does this happen, Jim?
This was maybe the first time. It was I was really annoyed at Trent about something, and I don't know.
All the time.
Yeah, that does happen all the time. I don't know why or what it was that he'd done to annoy me, but the way I was getting my vengeance was I was just following Trent around town. He was running errands, driving around. And in my dream, I was just following him, and I had 12 smoothies, and every time he stopped his car, I would throw.
Oh no! My poor truck is just covered in smoothies.
Wait, is this
I would just throw a smoothie at Trent's car.
I kind of love this.
Was it the same kind of smoothie every time, or did you
well, they were pink. I don't know what they were.
I hope you made them and didn't buy them, because that's a waste of money.
I just distinctly remember that in my car, I'm driving around really mad, and there's this crate of smoothies next to me, and I just keep grabbing them.
Now every time I see you at the coffee shop with a smoothie, I'm gonna jump a little bit.
I don't know why, but I could totally see you buying a 12-pack of smoothies and going to chuck them at Trent all day.
I was just I'm going to follow him around all day. And every time he thinks that that's got to be the last smoothie, I'm going to have another
There's going to be one more.
I don't know why I had a dream where you were being mean to me. Why would I even think that?
Why would you ever think that, Jason?
No, important question. Were these smoothies from a grocery store with a screw top lid? Is this from a coffee shop with a to-go
Yeah,
cup?
it was they were in to-go cups, because I remember thinking, this is great because the lids pop off when I hit the car and they splatter everywhere.
Those lids do come off. Okay, that's what I was curious. Does it really matter that they're
No,
smoothies?
the point was, I don't know, maybe it was a smoothie related slight that Trent had committed that made me mad.
That
but
subconscious was pissed.
So pissed.
But for some reason, I was just I'm so mad at Trent. I'm just going to throw smoothies in his car all day.
Are you setting the fire in your dream, Jared?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think I'm just watching it, unless I'm mentally doing it somehow.
Well, you don't have an inner monologue. Maybe it's doing it and you just stop telling you.
Who knows?
Maybe your inner monologue has left your body and is off committing crimes.
Arson, in fact.
I listened to a podcast the other day, actually, about dreams. It was just something on NPR or something like that. And it was talking about how like you can't really take any of the like dream symbology from that you read. Generally speaking, you have to think about like, oh, what does this symbol mean to me? It's like, oh, how do I feel about like tigers or like fire or whatever that's in your dream? And that can help you analyze.
Because dreams are just your body dumping cache data.
It's like, what's
It's like clearing garbage.
throw it all
It's a
in there.
ram dump.
Yeah, a ram dump.
Yeah.
But I wonder what makes them reoccur. You know what I mean? Like where it feels the same. Even if it's not, but it feels the same.
Also in my dream, Trent was driving a minivan. So
Really, this was directed at
I
Jared.
think so.
I had a couple reoccurring dreams as a kid, like 3. I had some where it wasn't like a specific dream, but like where I would jump and I could jump really high and I would just jump around a town and that
Well,
felt
that's
really
fun.
special. Or the most common one is I used to dream that I was like at the pool and I'd dive underwater and I could hold my breath forever and I would just get to be underwater. And that was my favorite dream. But I did have a reoccurring dream where I was like, it was everything from like playing a video game to doing a task in which I had to focus, and it felt like something was on like a conveyor belt. And I felt like I had to focus on so many things at once that I couldn't see any single one. And I was trying to like focus on everything. And every time I focused on something, it was like it would open up. And then there were 5 more things in that I had to focus on. And each out of all of those 5 were 5 more. And I just would wake up feeling really overwhelmed and stressed.
Stressful.
Yeah, I
Sounds
believe
like
that's
anxiety.
That's anxiety.
Yes, for sure.
it's anxiety.
Sounds
So-
like parenting.
So I had anxiety.
I had a couple. The one that was very strange was that I would be like one of the people going out at a basketball game, like at the very beginning of it, you know, like they announce the players, and I would be trying to go out onto the court, but like my balance was awful. So I'd like take a few steps and just fall over immediately. And I felt like an idiot in front of all these people, like trying to stand up, but I just couldn't do it.
Ooh.
Weird.
Yeah.
Also, for some reason, when you guys were just talking, I just got deja vu like really bad. Maybe we've talked about dreams
I just
before.
saw your face. I was like, what is that face?
I was like, I feel like I've heard this before.
I used to sometimes dream that like the brakes in whatever car I was driving like mostly didn't work.
Again, anxiety.
Oh,
James.
okay. Well, that's
Or like, you know how people talk about the dream of like, oh, I showed up to class and I had a test, but I never came or never studied.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I would always have that, but with soccer, where I would like be on the field and the whistle's about to go off and I'll be like, oh my God, I haven't played soccer in like 10 years, but it's like a very high level game and there's a lot of people cheering and stuff. And I would be like, this is going to be really awful.
That's stressful.
No, I don't have any. I can't think of like one recurring dream. They're just all my dreams are really relevant. Like, you know, we were playing games where my character is always like on the outside of the group the last few weeks. So that's how I felt in my dream, like outside of the group. Ryan and I started talking about like your first love or the girlfriends that you actually did give a shit about because like you actually cared about them and, you know, you're young and stupid, but you, whatever. So in my dream that night, I married every ex-girlfriend that I ever had.
at once.
Yeah. Not including Jessica. She didn't exist. But like,
There's something to analyze.
if you're an ex-girlfriend living here, I had a dream about, or listening, I had a dream about marrying you the other day. It's super fucking weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was very fast. It's like a Rolodex of
You're like-
marriage.
It's like a
Does this one
Vegas
work?
Elvis
No. Does
Chapel.
this one work? Yeah, next,
Ticket.
Have you seen the meme where it's like other people's dreams and like, yeah, it's like, you know, something very typical. And then it's like my dreams. It's a guy dressed as a soda can killing someone with a crossbow. Those are my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh God.
Uh,
Well, you know what might not be a dream? Your experience that you've woken up to here in the manor home of one Jamandi Aldori.
What if
gasp.
it was all a dream?
I was about to ask,
All a
You should read Word
dream.
Up magazine.
do
It's all a dream.
do any of you feel like at this point this might be a dream sequence? Is there any chance?
Ooh. No
fucking
What
chance.
would you put the probability on of this being a dream sequence?
0.
Well, now that you said that, I'm kind of suspicious.
I guess 1% just because of possibility's sake.
Sure.
Yeah. Or like, what if it's not a dream, but then it's like an experiment and they tell us like, oh, what? You guys were dreaming. Ooh.
No, that's a different AP. It's a totally different AP.
Yeah,
It's really fun.
That does happen.
it's true.
If there's a guy named JR at the end of this and we shoot and kill him and then we wake up and he's fine, it might be a dream.
JR? Junior?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I got
There's
it.
like 2
I got
people
you.
who
I
are
got
listening
you.
who are like, oh, yeah, I know that reference.
Oh. So,
Nerd.
let's go back to the doors were opening. You were in the scullery.
Going into the Great Hall.
Yep. And Nikolai had just been talking through the door to someone that's like, oh, you killed the giant? Really? Get ready, everyone. And you started to open this door. As the doors open, you catch a glimpse of the Great Hall. And it's so different than it was even... I mean, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning at this point, so it's been a handful or 2 of hours, but not a ton. The 3 long tables that were filled just yesterday with adventurers and merrymakers have now been rolled over onto their sides, pushed against the large entry doors that you originally came through to make makeshift barriers. There's dishes, broken goblets, and blood all over different parts of the floor throughout the room. And you see at least a dozen bodies kind of along the walls of the same room that you are coming, the same side that you're coming into the room from. And they're all, both the bodies and the people you see around are predominantly dressed as Jamandi's house guards. They're still moving around, and a lot of them are even working to barricade the double doors on the other side of the Great Hall towards the west. You're in the east wing right now. You can see that those are sealed shut, and tapestries have been torn off the walls, and they're shoved into the gaps between the floor and the doors on the western side of the hall in what is a mostly feeble attempt to keep what you can see now as small wisps of smoke from flowing into the hall through those closed double doors from what must be some sort of fire in the manor's west wing.
Great.
Now, standing alongside several house guards, weapons pointed at the ready as the doors open, you see a large man, gray eyes, closely cropped black hair with bushy eyebrows but a thin mustache sort of looking at you. As soon as through the door he can see the body of the giant. You see his eyes look over to it, his eyes wide at the pile of corpses, and at the giant, and his sword kind of comes down a little and looks at you, Nikolai.
We are not here to hurt you. We have cleared the rooms behind us, and we are making our way forward.
Oh no, I recognize you from last night. Oh God, what happened in the East Wing? Sort of staring at this ragtag band of beat up different adventurers.
I killed a man.
I killed a giant.
It appears the Black Tears? Is that what they're called? Black Tears?
Ooh, I don't remember. Who are the assassins?
Nikolai, you did recognize them as being the Black Tears.
The Black Tears. The
Sounds
Black
like a
Tears
patch.
have attacked the manor. That's what this is, a manor.
The giant said he was contracted. He was here, murderer for hire.
Dear God, no, that's what I've seen too. The same tattoos on the ones we've been fighting here. I'm surprised they've made such a brazen move. They're either desperate or someone paid them well enough to try this. How many of the tiers remain in the East Wing?
Let's see. We took out, including the giant, we took out 17. We took out 8.
Or 8 and how many?
9, including the giant.
There was also an ogre.
Yeah,
An
ogre as
ogre.
well.
He only had one eye, though, so it's like,
A one-eyed ogre.
That was Lindsay. Lindsay got him.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's her. over
Actually,
here.
she's been writing the whole thing down. You should talk to her.
How many are still alive back there? How many did you run from?
Oh,
We didn't run from any.
Excuse me, what?
yeah,
You did not run from any, sir.
0.
No.
There are 0 left back there.
What are you, a coward?
No, I'm glad that you've been able to take care of as much as you have.
Do you need any help?
Yes, we certainly do, but it sounds like the wing behind you is clear. So
What's the deal with this fire happening?
Yes. Well, armed mercenary, several other giants attacked the manor. Sometime in the night, Lady Jarmandi rallied a few of the gods here in the room after some of the fight that we were able to take. He sort of gestures around because I should clarify. There are plenty of bodies that are house guard, but there are quite a few Black Tier bodies scattered around the room as well. Lady Jarmandi, some of the attackers fled into the East Wing where you are, but the majority of them went to the West. The hallway leading from the Great Hall has several guest chambers where several more of the adventurers who were here were staying. We heard clashing and blades coming from there just even a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they are probably dead.
Well, I think the rooms further west are probably still safe, but there must be some sort of fire between here and there.
Can I do like a sense motive or something?
Yeah, it's a perception check.
Okay.
Give me that bonus.
+5.
Okay. He seems overwhelmed, but like really happy to see you and hearing that there's a few who are dead. That's really good and helpful for him.
Does anyone need healing? Is anyone injured?
Yes, I need healing.
I can't fix your shoulder. I don't know what to say.
My shoulder is frozen from
Slam
this
it
giant.
into
Can
a wall
somebody
real hard.
do something about this?
Nope.
God damn it. I'm just going to like ask around. Does anybody know how to heal? Can somebody please do something about this shoulder? Like I literally just need, like maybe I'll just go stick it in the fire over there. I don't know.
How long after you fail are you allowed to try again?
You're immune for an hour.
An hour.
Nikolai cannot do anything about my cold shoulder.
Nope.
Wait, are you immune to being treated or are you immune to
Immune from
trying?
me.
I've always ruled it as immune to No, it is. So I think from trying, you're immune for an hour if you fail. If someone had succeeded in healing Ari, my ruling would be that Ari would then be immune to anyone for an hour.
But he failed, so can
So
someone else
could try.
try?
I could try. It's not my first trade, but
Well, that's better than nothing.
can I borrow some healer's tools?
Sure. And even and he just like tells you some advice that he knows about medicine.
Oh, are you assisting me?
Yes, I am assisting you. Can I?
Yeah.
Well, that guy just died.
Yeah. So
I just watched that beam fall on that guy, and he does not look okay.
at this point, you're now now that you're coming into the room, you're hearing some of the sounds of battle from the western wing of the manor.
We're all just over here like bickering.
Yep.
I rolled a 20 for 8. I'm trained.
Okay, cool.
So that's 20 for 8. That's a +1. The man will sort of say, all of you, please, you can come into the hall. You can leave the door open. It sounds like you've cleared that out. We'll try to offer you what help we can. I am Lieutenant Ivanzi.
And you are the captain of the guard.
Lieutenant
of the guard, yes.
You'll forgive me. I don't remember your names. It's all been one hell of a night.
I'm Biff. That's
I'm Ari.
BIF.
Ari.
Lucky.
Excellent.
Nikolai.
And from behind you, Harem.
Yeah, trust me on this one. Don't get him
Ally.
talking.
Lindsay. Excellent. All of you, please come in. Biff. No.
Yeah, I'm the leader here, so.
Excellent. If you'll take your party in the center, we've made a makeshift aid station in some places to sit. What few supplies we have, medical and otherwise, are there. Sort of looks over. You do see his eyes hang for an extra second on the magical sword you're carrying and on the magical mace you're carrying. But he doesn't say anything of it. He does just sort of his eyes linger on them for a minute.
Do I notice that?
Yeah.
I'll say we have found some weapons. I found this mace. Is it
We
okay
found
if I
this
use
sword.
this?
For now, I don't think it matters. That's a question for Lady Jamandi when she's
Where
next
is
here.
she?
She ordered me to hold the hall and took a squad of 8 guards with her and went to go clear out the west wing. I think it was her goal to retake the dueling hall at the end of the manor. I'll wager she's still there trying to do exactly that.
Dueling hall.
Should we,
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah? Should we, follow up?
Can someone
with
fix
that?
my shoulder, please?
I got a 15. I got a 15 exactly.
Okay.
I rolled a 10 +4, which is my medicine skill +1 from
Oh.
Nikolai.
Is it DC 15 to do
DC
that?
15.
So it
Thanks,
takes 10
Lucky.
minutes. And while he's sort of talking to you while you patch it up, honestly, we're desperate here for any kind of help. I'm trying to hold the Great Hall here against the numbers that keep showing up, but it's all we can do. I am worried. And then Lady is one of the greatest swordsmen we have here in this area of Brevoy, but giants are giants.
Hell yes. Let's
There's
go.
more giants?
Yes, several.
Great.
They seem small for their stature, but you know what they say. Please, if there's anything you can do to help, I would.
Wait, what did they say? Because that's relevant information for me.
No, what
So,
does who say?
you just said they may be small, but you know what they say. So that's kind of.
Giants are voraciously hungry, stronger than you can imagine.
Oh, I thought you were going a completely different direction.
All
with
right,
that.
let's go.
What was his name, Lieutenant what?
Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. He came down to my boat one time, but I wasn't there.
Ivenzi. Avenzi. It would anything you can do to help would be. I'd be grateful.
Ari starts off in the direction of the dueling hall, which sounds like fun.
Now,
Lucky, would you like to murder a few more people?
Sure.
If they're giants, sign me up.
well, whatever you can do to help. We don't know how many are still in there alive or otherwise in the Western Hall. I suppose the best way will be through will be the main doors, but once we let you, we're going to shut them. We're trying to keep the smoke out of here as best we can. If you knock, he kind of gives you the, da 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 da. Da, da. You knock, and we'll know it's you. It's not complicated, but it's something. We'll let you back through, so we won't. Our goal isn't to trap you there. Just keep the smoke in as much as we can.
Great.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're going west. Ooh, new map.
New map.
Bum,
Kind of
bum,
looks
bum, bum.
like you flipped the other one in a different direction.
So you'll start at the eastern edge. Northern is Jason facing again. All
Got
right.
it.
So you'll be coming into those doors on the all the way down in the far east near Trent and Jared at the table. When you're ready. Make any preparations you want before you go into that smoke-filled hallway.
I could use a little bit of healing. I'm just down through 3, give or take, out of 17
Sure,
generally, just to make a
If you had to
generalization.
assign any random numbers,
Right.
let's say 17.
Right.
15.
All right.
Nice.
2d8.
Plus,
2d8?
yeah, just 2d8. Let's see.
I'll
Anyone
try
else?
myself while
Okay.
we're
15.
waiting.
I'm fine.
19, so I got it too.
All right. So everyone patches yourself up as much as you're going to patch yourself up. At this point, I think Amiri comes up to you, Jane. She's like, Ari, I wish I could do more to help, but I'm so exhausted. And you can see broken nose, blood is covering all of them. And even I think Lindsay kind of comes up to you. And, I'm going to try to take care of these that fought the giant before you.
Yes, stay here.
Excellent. And Lindsay sort of looks up. Thank you all so much. Valerie makes eye contact with kind of all of you from the distance and nods. And Harem just sort of broods, covered in his own blood.
And Ari's like, hey, Lindsay, way to kill an ogre.
Thanks. Way to kill a giant.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was pretty badass.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
So all of you,
Yeah.
as they open the door for you.
Oh, thanks. Just like a guy on the other side who's like, ugh.
So be quick about it. When the door opens, you'll need to go through as quickly as you can.
Is the room filled with mechanically difficult breathing smoke?
I don't...
Do we even have anything that could, I have nothing that could make any difference
We
to
know how
that.
to hold our breath.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, do you want to make a survival check?
Sure.
You gotta... Yeah.
I would love to.
See what comes out of that. Maybe
That's
you'll
not
find
great.
something.
Get a +1 because you're cloak.
Yeah, your cloak is a +1 on all
So
survival
16.
checks. So you're like, you're not sure. Nothing's coming to mind. Yeah, hold your breath.
Someone could be smoking a joint or the room's on fire. I'm not sure.
Are you? Venzi sort of looks at you. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Let's
Ready as
fucking
we're
do
going
this.
to be.
Guards. 3, 2, now. And they pull one guard, rips 2 of these torn down tapestries up from the floor, and they open the door just enough to let you through in a quick single file line.
Yeah, I think we run.
Yeah, so you run into the place and you can hear the doors right behind you, as tight as possible, shutting and then stuffing the tapestry right in beneath the doors. You can find yourself now in a wide hallway, absolutely filled with billowing smoke. Further ahead, on either side of the halls, there's doorways open from bedrooms, sort of like how your hallway was, but there you can see they're lit, even in this dark hallway, by flickering fires up and down the hallway.
Can we see?
You can, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in here.
There's a rule for that.
So, this hallway is filled with a complex environmental hazard known as smoke-filled hallway.
Good name.
Yeah, it's very on the nose. Now, it being complex means that it has a place in initiative. It has an initiative roll, and all of you will be acting against it because every turn there is stuff that can happen by it. Now, we're not super worried about distances, so we have the map here as a reference, but we will be acting kind of in turn order. So as you come through this into it, let's go around and let's roll initiative. I'm not going to hit the drop for it because it's not really a combat initiative, but I do have the smoke-filled hallway.
Can I use survival for initiative?
100%. Smoke-filled hallway. Smoke hall is what I'm just going to call it. And it's got a nice little initiative. Nice and easy. What's everyone got for initiative?
10.
All right. What does anyone else have?
24.
Dana is
Whoa.
going to act quick.
Oh,
Nikolai?
natural 19.
12.
Okay, and Lucky.
18.
Okay.
This blue die is really fucking me today.
Now, you do what you can, right?
Yeah.
So, here's what I will say. To talk about through the rules on this, if you want to get, there's going to be a lot of logical things you can do to fight this stuff. You could potentially try some knowledge checks to maybe figure other things out, but like a lot of what you're going to want to do, in this case, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a ton of hidden mechanics. Looking down this hallway, you can see that there's 3 doors on the left and 3 doors on the right of this hallway. The 3 doors on the left, you see flickering fire in all of them. There's 2 doors on the right that you see flickering fire from. One door that doesn't have quite as much fire actually coming out of smoke. If you don't see any fire flickering in that one. So, 3 fires on the left, 2 fires on the right. Biff, you're going to act first. What would you like to do?
Let's try and get up to the first door on the left.
All right. Now, are you holding your breath?
Sure.
All right. Now, we know a little bit about this. You can hold your breath equal to a number of rounds, and it's 5 plus your Constitution modifier. So how many rounds is that, Trent?
6 rounds.
You know, if you cast a spell, you are no longer holding your breath. If you attempt to fight, if you take an attack action, it counts as 2 turns
Okay.
because you're exerting yourself more. So I trust all of you. Keep track of. I'm going to ask you on your turn how many rounds do you have left. If you want to use a die to track that or something. So you have how many rounds here, Biff?
6.
6. So you can hold your breath for 6 rounds. All right. So you're holding your breath. The smoke is thick. Everything in this hallway is concealed,
Okay.
which is a flat check to miss it if you're attacking. So Biff, what do you want to do? You're running down deeper into the hallway.
I want to try and open up this first door on the left.
Doors are already open. That's why you can see the fire flickering through them.
I want to search, I guess.
So you come to it and you can see that because the doors in most of these rooms have already burned down to rubble. In these rooms, you see bodies in the beds where they were trapped when it was set on fire.
Jesus.
And when you step into the room, you can see that there is fire burning in these rooms. Now, if you go into the room, you're going to be dealing with taking some damage for being able to burn. But you can also go into these rooms to attempt to fight the fires, kicking apart the burning debris, smothering smaller fires, moving unburnt items out of the path of flames.
I think
It is an action to fight fires.
I'm looking for people who are alive, I think.
You don't see any in this room. They're all dead.
Okay. Can I keep going?
Yep, you have move one action, move to the first room on your left.
Let's go to the second room.
So you move it to the second room on your left for another action, holding your breath. If someone can look up the holding breath or suffocations, I don't think moving takes more. I think it's just attacking, but I'm pretty sure to double check. All right, second room. Doors already burned down. You can see 4 beds along the southwestern wall. Bodies in a couple of them. No one alive. But at this point, the smoke's so thick, anyone who would have been here too long would have started suffocating.
Right. So then on to the third door on the left, I think.
Yeah,
then.
so you run down to that third door on the left. It's also burned down to rubble. And you can see bodies in these beds as well. More adventurers from the night before.
Sounds about right.
All right. Now, Lucky, it's your turn.
I will go up on the right-hand side. Biff went left. I'll go right.
Yep.
And I'll go to that first room there and take a peek in.
All right. Now, okay, I did find the suffocation rules really quick for everyone. It's, if you attack or cast spells, you lose it by 2.
Yeah.
And if you're critically hit or fail a saving throw against a damaging effect, you lose it as well because you lose some breath for it. So that first room, I said, you can kind of look in it really quickly, and what you'll see that kind of stands out to you is that this room doesn't have an exterior window. There's nothing really on fire in this room. As a matter of fact, it looks like it's a small shrine, and the smoke in here is thick, but not nearly as thick as it is even in the hallway, and you're not really sure why, but there doesn't seem to be anyone in here, nor anything aflame.
Okay, can I breathe in here? If I tried to
step
breathe?
all the way into the room, yeah. You would be able to catch your breath in this room.
Okay, then
It's like going to hurt a little, but mechanically it won't affect you.
I'll do that, and I'll let everyone else know. Say, air's clear in here if you need a breath.
Excellent.
And then I'll take a breath, and I'll duck back out.
All right, so that's been one action for you to get in there. You have 2 actions left this turn.
Stay on that right-hand side.
Okay, go down to the second door. You do see fires coming through. There's 4 or 5 beds in this room. One of them's empty, but you don't see anyone alive. Just those who've suffocated. Most of the beds are on fire. There's windows in the room. You can see the light sort of bouncing off of. All right, you got 1 action left.
Last one on the right.
Same thing.
Okay.
4 beds, a couple of bodies. No one fortunate enough to make it out. The room almost entirely on fire, filled with smoke, but the heat just pouring so strong out of these rooms. The windows still intact, keeping a lot of the smoke in, but who knows what else it's doing.
Okay.
All right. That makes it Nikolai's turn. You've seen Biff run down and check the rooms. You've seen Lucky do the same thing. You've heard Lucky call out that there is that one room sort of in the middle of the hallway on the northern side, the right-hand side, where the smoke is lighter, if you do need to go in there.
I'm going to go to the first room on the left.
Okay.
And see if I can put the fire out.
All right. So fight fires is a manipulate action here. It's a single action. You can attempt an acrobatics, athletic, or survival check.
Okay.
Because, of course, if you do other things, I can give you bonuses or penalties if you have other assets or resources at your help with this. What'd you roll?
25.
On.
Survival.
All right. You critically succeed.
Heck yes.
So now...
And it all goes out.
So every room has extinguish points, and successes give you different number of points. So at this point, you've put that room about halfway out. You've moved things out of the line of fire. You've managed to extinguish a couple of small pieces, like rip blankets or tapestries down and smother a couple bits. About half of that room is out of fire. Now, that being said, because you're feeling it really hot in here, it feels like if you end your turn in here, you might take fire damage.
Okay.
But you don't take it for just stepping in. But finishing your turn in this room might be on the literal or figurative table. I think there's a table in that room. Like a
You
bedside
said it's
one.
about halfway out?
Yep, about halfway out.
What
Yeah. What
to
do you
do? What to do?
On deck is you, Jane.
He's going to try to put the fire out again. Maybe it won't be hot when the fire's gone.
All right, let's see what you get.
That's not great. 12.
You fail, which doesn't hurt the room. You don't let anything more on fire, but you will now finish your turn in the room. Go ahead and give me a basic reflex save.
Okay.
For no reason at all.
That's not great.
And what do you got?
13.
All right, that is going to be enough to have the damage. Oh, no, you're not. That is a fail.
Fuck.
You'll take 4 points of fire damage as the fire sort of licks at your clothing and at your skin.
The fire's licking me.
Ari, it's your turn. It's like a dog.
Ari's kind of like one track mind, so she's going to use all of her actions to get to the end of the hall. She's making way for the dueling hall.
Oh, she's just going straight for the next thing.
Yep.
All right, so I think that'll be 2 actions to get down there. It'll be another action to open that door if you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to try to open it.
All right, so you, bam, open this up. And it looks to be like a small gallery. Drifting coils of smoke are wafting into this finely furnished room. Padded chairs and side tables are set along the west wall, and a thick burgundy carpet is covering most of the floor. There's oil paintings hanging on the wall, shelves with statuettes and other small art pieces. There does seem to be like a body collapsed in the middle of the room, but you don't see any obvious wounds or like puddles of blood around it. It's a small body.
Is the smoke coming in just from like behind me?
Just from behind you.
Okay.
And it is now.
And the door was not
starting to come into the room.
locked.
Correct.
I'm going to close the door.
Okay.
And run to the body.
All right. That's your turn.
Okay.
All right. It is now the smoke's turn. On the smoke's turn, it actually can't take any actions. It can just take reactions. But
Attack of opportunity.
No.
which actually we found has been renamed with the remaster. And it is now being called Reactive Strike,
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
which like does make a little more sense.
Sure.
And also is probably less in line with text from the SRD.
Yeah.
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 I've also found that, courtesy of thumbing through Rage of Elements, that it will now be called Off Guard, not Flat-Footed.
Oh.
I
Almost
imagine for
like
similar reasons.
That's going to be
They're-
hard to remember.
Somehow trying to separate themselves from another role-playing game.
Seems that way.
Well, that's exactly what they're doing. All right, Biff, it's your turn. You're the farthest. You're at the farthest most door on the left hand side, the southeastern side. What's that, Jason?
Did I lose extra for...
No, you did not critically fail, so you just
Okay.
lost one
So I
turn's
just lost the
breath.
one turn. Got it.
You've got what? 7 turns left. 6
So,
turns left. 5.
five
Putting the
turns
fire out
left.
doesn't cost them either, right?
No, because
Okay,
it's not
cool.
an attack
Sweet.
or casting a spell.
I think he would have noticed what his buddy over there did, so he's probably going to do something similar with this room.
Okay.
Going to step in, fight a fire, step back out.
Ooh. Okay. So step in.
It's better.
Remember, athletics, acrobatics, or survival to fight the fire in this room.
Okay. We're probably going to go with some acrobatics.
Sure. Right.
You just start spinning around so fast that the little whirlwind creates pirouette.
Whirlwind technique.
That's a 14.
That is a fail.
This is some gnarly fire.
He just steps back out.
Steps back out into the hall. Keep track of those breaths. All right. Lucky LaChance.
Lucky is going to... Is there fire in the room right next to me?
Yeah.
To the right?
Yeah. The with the beds in it. The
Yeah.
bedroom?
Is there?
Yeah.
There's a window in there?
Yes, there is.
I'm going to go break the window.
Do it.
Okay. So you step
fun.
into the room. You can break the window. What do you break it with?
My short sword hilt.
Yeah, no problem. You shatter it. Now, as you do that, the sudden rush of air into the room does help to clear the smoke, but the fires, and you feel it growing so much hotter in the room. I am going to say that breaking the window was not an attack. You didn't have to lunge. It's not going to cost you more of holding your breath, but
Was fighting the fire like
it is
that,
not an attack. No,
so
it's
it
just
doesn't affect your breath. Okay.
not more than anything else.
Okay.
I'm going to drink this potion I got of fire resistance,
Ooh.
Nice.
Excellent.
and then I'm going to fight the fire.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what heroes do. All right.
Going to pee on it?
Sure.
I mean, he's a cat person, so he
effective,
marks
so-
it.
Beastkin. All right.
It's all right. Beastkin, you're right. Not a cat person. You're a beastkin with cat-like traits.
I'll roll. I can roll acrobatics. You said.
Yeah, acrobatics, athletics, or survival.
All right.
You got this.
14.
You're not quite able to.
Dang.
Wow.
Now, give me a basic reflex save. The fires in this room are raging.
Okay, that was good. That's 23.
Okay, so that is a success. Not a critical success, so you're going to take half damage, and the fires are higher because of the window. Ooh, half damage is 5.
Okay, I got to see what this resistance does, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, so you might take none from that potion,
I
or
hope
very
so.
little. All right, that makes it Nikolai's turn. You're in that room. It's half out. It's burning.
I'm already in there, so I'm going to try to put it out.
Let's fight that fire. Fight that fire.
16.
Do. All right, get one more extinguish point. The room's almost entirely out.
All right, I'll do it one more.
You got this.
Natural 19.
Ooh.
So
You put the rest of the room out. That room out. No longer on fire.
All
There's
right.
still a lot of smoke in there because the window's closed,
I'm going
but
to break it.
shatter it. Smoke starting to head out now. All right. Ariadna Vex.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the body.
Over to the body. It's a small gnome with brightly colored hair.
Oh. Say, hey, gnome, are you okay?
And do you like touch the body or anything? You just talk
Yeah,
to
I
it?
want to like see if they're alive or if they're just unconscious or what.
Yeah. And over rolls onto his back Tartuccio.
Oh, come
Yeah, should have
on.
left him down.
Kentucky.
He sort of like stands up and like staggers, maybe a little overselling it, over to one of those very padded chairs and sits down. Oh, thank you. I knew my loyal henchman would find me soon.
Oh my god! And she just runs to the next room. She doesn't even wait to hear him finish talking.
Which room? There's one to the north and there's one to the south, and there's the hallway you came from.
I think,
Could use some help with these fires back here.
but also like I can still hear fighting, right?
In general, what you're hearing is like fighting around the whole complex, the whole manor house, the whole facilities indoors. and
Would
all
I
the
know where the
siege.
dueling hall is?
Somewhere to the west.
All right, then I'm gonna head to the west.
Now, there's only doors to the north and south from this room.
Okay, I guess I'm going to the Jason.
To the east, you're going back to the hallway.
No, to the north.
Oh,
See, Jason,
door to the
east,
north.
southwest. That's what the map says.
You are in the billiard room.
Yeah, how
There's
fun.
a candlestick.
How lovely.
Everything is on fire. Smiley
Everything is
face.
on. That's what I wrote on the map. Everything is on fire.
okay.
Smiley face.
So, talk to me about how you open this door.
Well, I'm gonna kick it in case it's hot.
Okay.
Do you say yeah?
Yeah,
Do you actually?
yeah. She's been hanging out with Biff a lot.
You kick it open and you see a large room with several padded chairs, comfortable looking pair of couches, side tables, a finely crafted billiards table in the center of the room. There's still some smoke that's trickling into this room through the walls and through underneath all the doors. But I think what really stands out to you here is you see a body sprawled on one of the couches, gagged, hands tied behind her back with ropes, long, dark hair, pointy ears, pale skin.
The lady
And
of the house.
Standing above her, you see two black tier mercenaries. And you know what time it is?
Double initiative.
Time to go to the next room and put out a fire. I didn't know any of
I'm
this
gonna
was
close that door too.
And closing the door.
This figure.
Uh-oh. He looks scary.
Who wants to take a crack at describing this man?
Geralt,
Yeah.
with like a up to his nose face cover.
Uh-huh.
Very, rogue-like. Everything is belts.
Mhm.
Sort of
Has-
uniform on.
Two curved blades.
Pop
Classic.
collar cloak.
Mhm.
Yeah, like brownish cloak.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? This is kind of like based on my old character, but I'm like slightly concerned this might be like a red mantis assassin.
Oh, it literally does.
I mean, it doesn't not look like
It looks like an assassin for sure.
Drosharis as well.
He's got like
Yeah,
18
this
This guy's here
swords.
to kill people.
Yeah, he's got 18 swords.
There's a character in Final Fantasy VII who has like a cloak that goes up over his mouth and like sort of nose area. He looks that's what he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Hair rating
Oh, yeah, because he has like silver,
gotta
long
come on.
7 of
silver
10.
hair.
Yeah, I
Like
would
kind
say
of a
7
silver
of 10.
fox.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
I
so.
mean, honestly, it looks a little greasy, but
Mm.
But
The
I
part
think it
could be-
fits.
the part could be better.
Do you see
but the
this
color
is
is
Does
really
this look
nice.
like a guy
on
who's
him?
concerned about the greasiness or part in his
I'm just
hair?
saying, I think if you're asking me to rate the hair, it's a 7 of 10.
He has
We
a
are.
face tattoo.
We are.
Yeah, 3 black teardrops.
3.
Well, that's
Doesn't the other one have
terrifying.
He's the Black Tear
Yeah.
himself.
He is the leader.
He's carrying 2 daggers, and there's 4 more strapped onto his body.
Does he have a face covering or is that just a beard?
No, that's like a half mask.
It's like
She's
a
going to
cowl.
yell, "Your mask is stupid." I would just like to say one thing.
Okay.
Why was Tartuccio not tied up? This reeks of suspicion to me. And I think Ari's going to turn around and kill him.
I've got stats for
Just
that.
kidding. But I do think it's suspicious that he's just like, oh, I passed out from the smoke. But there's
Yeah.
also like 3 super murderers in the next room.
And Andy played it up for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You did mention that he was kind of like selling it.
And so he even looks and says, where are you going? You need to protect me.
Jason is holding up a sign that says human shield? Question mark.
Perfect.
She goes, you shut up. And can I just do stuff?
Oh, so it's your turn. It was your final action to open this.
To open the door?
Let's see. You got in the room. You moved over to Tartuccio. You rousted him. Yeah, third action is you moved over to this door, sort of. You're out of actions. You've opened the door.
But I can yell for free, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go, help, 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 help. Do they hear me?
It's fire and flames.
I mean, things are burning. It's a little
help,
hard.
Help! I'm yelling. I'm yelling.
I understand that. We'll see.
Would you like to hear me actually yell more to get the point across?
For the sake of the mic balances, no, thank you. But you know what? Right after your turn, it is Red Cutthroat's turn. Who's right there. And
wait. Did you take your action?
He said that was my last action, was kicking the door.
No, the yelling's free. Opening the door was the
last
last action.
More. My bad. I didn't want you to get shorted. I was trying.
I know. I appreciate it.
So it is now the Cutthroat's turn. The red one is the one on the southernmost wall, closest to you, actually. They weren't paying a lot of attention, and they might not have heard you open the door, but they sure heard you yell, hiya, and help, help, help.
Excuse me, it's hip, yeah?
Hip, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I would like to nimble dodge.
That's a good call.
Way to call that preemptively. So I think because it had a hand crossbow and dagger out, it is going to whip around, and it is going to fire off a hand crossbow at you. So now you're in the doorway because you didn't step all the way into the room. You're like kind of in the doorway. So I'm going to say you'll get cover. They're shooting at you through the door, so you get a +2 to your AC.
Okay.
Plus another 2 from your nimble dodge. So here comes thunk. Crossbow goes off. Not a great roll. Only a 10 to hit.
Yeah, that's a critical fail.
I love first level combat.
Crossbow's there. Drops the crossbow for free and runs over to you to stab you with the dagger.
What a coward.
Yeah.
Now, you know you're getting the cover from the door, and I do believe nimble dodge is only against that attack, or is it till the end of the turn?
I don't know.
What does it say?
I think it's just that attack.
It says you definitely dodge out of the way, gaining a +2 circumstance bonus to AC against the triggering attack.
Okay.
What does the trigger say?
Trigger, a creature you can see targets you with an attack.
Targets you.
All right, so here we go. So this will be a 20 to hit with the dagger.
That's a hit.
All right. Ooh, that's 6 points of damage. Damn.
I'm not scared.
Stabs that knife into you. All right, it's the Smoke's turn. It smokes.
Good old Smoke.
Biff, your turn. How much breath you got left, buddy?
I have 4 rounds.
Fine.
But I think I saw my fearless leader, obviously at the moment, run through the doors. He's probably like, I'm going to go follow her.
And before anybody says anything about this being because of my decision making, I will say Trent has said from the beginning that Biff will just blindly follow whoever he deems is the most powerful person on any given day.
Yeah.
Yes.
In life or in this game?
I mean, both.
Yes. So do you want me to use my speed now that we're in combat time? All right. So this is problematic because with the heavy armor now, my speed is 15 feet. So it's going to take some move actions.
Now, important question here. Do you meet the strength requirement for the armor?
I mean, my speed is 15 feet in Hero Lab. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I'm going to guess that it's
Lab.
probably trustable. I have a +2 strength, so maybe not.
Oh, you may not meet it then. Yeah, that's probably the problem.
So at least one move action here.
Okay.
That's why you got to take that
5, 10, 15, 20.
Be a dwarf and take that feat
no,
that allows you to...
Yeah, you're right. To 10, to 15. You're right there. That's one turn. One action to move forward to there. And then that can be 5, 10, 15. That's a second action for that second diagonal. And then you can get up and through there with your third action. So you run down the hallway. I imagine you just sort of bowl through the door. You don't even try to open it. You just bowl through the door. So the smoke is now starting to billow into this room. So you run by. Tartuccio is like, oh, great. Another one's here to help me. Where are you going?
Shut up, little shorty.
It's a bit self-loathing maybe, but...
He deserves it.
We should unpack that later.
Oh, hey, Tartucky.
Boom. You come through right into the room and face to face with another black tier cutthroat. And you see on the end of the room, that one with all the knives and the cloak, and you do see Jathal tied up on the couch as they're like walking over the knife out.
Oh, I'll save you.
All right, that's your whole turn.
I just love Biff.
All right, you are now. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it is 3 turns until the gallery is full of smoke, and it is going to be 4 turns until the room you're in is full of smoke and has the smoky condition. Until those doors are closed, then it stops that timer. Lucky, your turn.
I am going to try and put this fire out.
Damn right. Did you figure out how much damage you took with the resistance?
0.
That's what I thought.
I had
Nice.
resistance 5. I took 5. So
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So we're good. Okay. Acrobatics check of 23.
Ooh, all right. That is an extinguish point in that room. You're a fourth of the way there.
That's not a crit success?
Nope.
Boo.
Was
Whoa.
it 23?
23.
Yeah, not a crit success.
Sad.
But you put some of the fire out, you move some things out of the way. You got 2 more actions.
Man, it's going to take 4 successes to do this.
Or a crit. I mean, it seems like a crit gives you 2 points.
I'd have to roll real high.
It seems to be that way.
Seems to be that way.
My thinking also with this was like literally we are heroes who can go fight, but like there's a fuck ton of people in that back room that could come out here and put out fires.
Maybe.
You know, like-
they've been fighting, they've been holding that room as people have been trying to break through
They're
the doors.
fine. We fought off everybody behind us.
This is like an actual siege.
Yeah, I'm just
Shit's
saying.
going down. People are assigned.
When it comes to the fires, Ari is like, not my job.
All right. I'm going to do another one. Another
Yeah.
firefighting.
Do
Yes.
it. Believe in you.
23 again.
All right, another point.
And then I'm going to duck into this
You're
room.
out into the gallery room.
Yeah.
Come through. Tartuccio, finally. You, a
Yeah,
gentle.
I'm not here for you.
God damn it. You're all incompetent. You're the worst
So
henchman ever.
fucking rude.
I'll deal with you later, you Tartucky, son of a bitch.
Go put out a fire.
What? There's a fire there still? You haven't taken care of that?
Get on it.
I'm all out of spells.
Use
When
your
the smoke
hands.
took me here and knocked me out.
Then what use are you?
Took you here.
Took
You're
me
very
here and knocked me.
suspicious.
All right, Nikolai.
Nikolai is all the way at the end.
We'll move to the next room
Yep,
and start to put the fire out.
damn right. All right, so you move down the hall. Really, I would say I'm really appreciating you playing into like the good guy cleric motif. Oh, calling in a patch on a fight fire check.
Well,
That's what heroes do.
One's probably going to not be good.
Yeah.
24.
Ugh, not a crit. So close.
Damn it.
You start putting that fire out in that room. You got 1 action left this turn. We believe
How much of
in
it's
you.
put out?
A fourth.
I'll step out.
Okay. You're not going to get burned this time. How's your breath doing?
Let me ask you this. Could I have, before I walked out of that room?
No, because the smoke hadn't cleared
Okay.
out of there yet.
Okay. Then I'm at 3.
3 turns left. Lucky, the room you're in, you can breathe. Remember, we have a clock going down on that room.
Yep.
I'm just using a Blades in the Dark mechanic. I'm just running clocks on that for
I love it.
simplicity.
That's
It's a
great.
really great way to track stuff and leave it open for players. All right. Black tier cutthroat green, the one on the north side of the room, is going to spend, I think it'll need to take 2 actions to avoid a AOO or reactive attack, but it's going to loop around a flank Biff. So if someone would mind moving that pawn for me. So it's going to cut to like the east. It's going to take the 2 actions to go all the way around and come in. They're smart fighters. Jared's looking at it. I think if I go back at an angle and spend the extra distance, I can get around.
Yeah.
But it'll be 2 actions to get there. So it comes in with the dagger while flanking you, Biff.
Bro, you get to
Yeah.
flank the fighter.
Fuck. All right. An 8 to
For
hit.
for real flank.
That's going to be a big old miss.
Yep.
In fact, that is a critical miss.
Critical miss.
Yeah.
All right, that's its whole turn. Ari, it's your turn.
You rolled an
Ari's turn.
8 total?
Yeah.
What was that, a 2?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, flanking isn't a bonus to hit now. It's a penalty to AC, so
Yeah.
it doesn't help how bad that sounds.
Right. Oh, it's not a... wait, so did you... 8 is with the flat-footed?
No, flat-footed is on your end. It's
Okay.
a penalty to AC.
It's not a critical
or
miss.
Off guard.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
what we're
off
calling
guard.
it.
Not a critical miss, but very close.
God.
Ari's
Right.
gonna stab with the kukri at the one who stabbed her.
Okay. Now, because you're kind of fighting through the doorway, it's going to get... Both of you are going to have cover fighting against each other there.
Okay.
Actually, no, you didn't cover from it. It will not
Yeah.
get covered because you're kind of halfway in the doorway, so never mind. Symmetrical
Yeah,
cover.
now that you mention it, what the hell? 21 to hit.
That's going to be one heck of a hit. So that's going up against Cutthroat
Woohoo.
Red.
Yes, red.
Cutthroat
I
Red.
think I should give the names, like proper names that just have
Yeah.
the same thing. Like this is Rupert. This is Rupert the
Rupert.
Cutthroat.
Oops, that's the wrong
It's a real
one.
intimidating name.
Yes.
That's 7 points of damage.
Yep. Okay. Not looking too good.
Cool. Ari's going to trip that one, or attempt to trip.
Okay. Now this will take a -5.
Well, that's good because I rolled a natural 18.
Okay. So
Because apparently this die is just really
Yeah,
killing
it's-
it today.
remember,
Hot
trips
die.
count against your multiple attack penalties.
So it's a what?
-5 because it's your
Nice.
second attack of the round.
Okay, so that's a 19.
Against its reflex DC, that's just enough. You'll bam.
Yeah.
Dang.
Ari gains panache, is not going to use it, and is going to just stab at this guy again.
This will be at your third attack penalty, your lowest one.
Indeed. Which is a -2, which is kind of a drag. 15, though, to
Roll a
hit.
17 on the die.
You're rolling
Sure
rocks
did.
today.
This, metal die that I got is really nice.
God damn.
What die is that? Is that the aluminum one?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that one from Gen Con.
That's great.
Yeah,
too.
that's a hit.
Woohoo!
So you do, was it
Dang.
1 or is it 2 points of panache damage on normal hits?
I did not take panache on this one.
No, even if you don't use a finisher, as long as you have panache, you apply a blanket bonus damage to all of your attacks. It's only 1 or 2 points.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it'll matter. You can look it up. He has 1 hit point left.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
Very
Because it
dead.
would be 7 points anyway.
Shafunk, you take him out. That's your turn. Look up. It'll be under the panache rules for your character on Archives of Nessus.
So even if I don't do the finisher, I get an added 1 point. Oh,
It's
yeah,
either
1 point circumstance.
I think your speed may also increase. You get several bonuses as long as you have
I also get
panache.
that for tumbling through.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And a 5-foot status bonus to my speed.
Yeah, so that's why
Awesome.
having panache
Cool.
can be great. That's why you don't want to always spend it because you can save it, use it, move
Right.
quicker.
So now I have it until I use it until the end of the combat, correct?
Exactly. You
Okay,
can always
cool.
get it back.
And I can use it against a different foe than I got it
Yeah,
from.
because panache, it isn't like the investigator you're tracking someone or like the ranger hunting someone. It's like you're in a state of being badass.
Nice.
You're just ready to be badass.
Nice.
Oh my God, you killed another one. That's so fucking cool.
All right, that also lets me remove.
Everything in the Biff voice just makes me laugh so much.
They're dead. It's now the smoke's turn, so I'm going to advance a couple of clocks.
She's like, he made me bleed my own blood.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.
3 turns until the gallery is full of smoke. 5 turns until the billiards room is full of smoke. Smoke continues to burn. The room that you put out and cracked the window with, Jason, is starting to lose it. The room that, Lucky, you cracked the window in is not quite, it's generating smoke, but some of it's going outside, so it's
Yeah,
contributing a little less towards the hallway.
Okay.
All right, I think we're going into turn 3 here. No, it'll be turn 4 for Biff.
Well, I think I know what I got to do. I'm going to spend an action to scamper.
Talk to us about Scamper.
Scamper is
That's adorable.
it's a kobold feat, ancestry feat. You stride up to your speed plus 5 foot status bonus. You have to start adjacent to an enemy. You gain a +2 circumstance bonus to AC against reactions triggered by the movement. And you must end this movement in a space that's not adjacent to any enemy. Actually, no. Why would I do that? I don't want to do that. I just wanted to read the rule, which is very
Scamper's
cool
pretty
for
cool.
I do
kobolds.
like that, though.
Yeah, you just get to like, oh fuck, and just run away. No, instead, I'm just going to,
You get to reposition.
right. I'm just going to attack the
Cutthroat
the
green.
old cutthroat standing right next to me here.
All right, the one who went to flank you.
Yeah, bastard.
You got your trident out.
Oh, yeah.
I love having the flip mats. for this. It's so
Hey,
cool.
look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a 25.
That's a critical hit.
This side of the table is really on fire today.
Yeah, we're not doing so great over here.
I haven't touched the Jane
Pretty
drop in
mediocre,
episodes.
Haha.
You might need to change it.
That is 10
Jane's
hit
got
points.
a roll and we hope it's good, and it oddly's been really good.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that one.
Dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Boom.
Wow,
Shot.
wow, wow.
You still have your shield out too, right?
I do.
Shield, pitchfork.
Ari's like, get him, Biff.
Like
that was
fucking-
one action. I'm just gonna walk over to the other guy and be like, "You're next, motherfucker," and I'm gonna stab at him too.
You went
Alright.
from vomiting at the sight of blood to just murder
Wrecking
machine.
people.
I mean, he's been around the most badass fighter he's ever seen. So
He's inspired.
this is an 18.
I love that this is
Ooh.
just turning into an Ari Biff buddy cop series.
That's a hit.
Yes.
Nice.
And that is 6 points of damage.
Sweet.
Piercing damage.
Okay. Right in. He whips around. He snarls, these knives in hand. Yeah. And it's now his turn.
That's not going to be fun.
So he sort of snarls, spits. I'll show you a stab.
You did not have to spit on.
I'm sorry. So he was going
Why
to.
is he French all of a sudden?
I spent a long time doing a French accent. It's my bad.
He's like, I'll
guy's
show
so
you
good.
a step. And he's like, I'm so sorry.
You just got any time into a tramp.
He is going to use double strike with his daggers. So, first dagger attack coming in. God.
Yes. I'm impenetrable.
11.
That is a
changing
miss.
dice. I'm changing dice. Second dagger strike coming in. 23.
Oh, man.
That's a hit.
That was a good change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time. I'm going back to the headlopper die.
I don't
All right.
like the name of that.
4 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. He'll then follow up with a final attack for the round. Just another dagger strike.
What'd you get, James?
Critical hit.
Oh.
That's not a 1.
Oh,
That's a knife.
it looks like a natural one.
All right.
Shit.
Damn it.
Shit. Let's go ahead and grab another D4.
Well, Biff was a
here.
really fun character.
Yeah, it was
for
nice
a-
knowing
He
him.
has a twin
it was
sister
good.
named Tiff.
My name's Tiff.
His brother shows up. All right.
Yeah.
6 points of damage from that crit. It's
Okay.
first level, okay?
Yep. Yep.
That's
Good.
his whole turn.
Good.
I will say the other day, somebody showed me a TikTok of a cat, and the way it meows sounds like it's going, well, hi.
Well, hi. I love that video.
I was like, this is Biff. Well, hi.
Well, hi.
Well, hi.
Well, hi.
I love animal videos.
All right. That was this named lieutenant's turn. Lucky, it's your turn.
Wait, so never mind.
Okay. Back in to fight the fire.
You're going to close the door behind you or let the smoke keep coming in?
Oh, it's coming in.
No.
You just hear like, shit.
Ari's like, close the door.
Acrobatics. Nope. That's a 10 total.
You
And
can stay in the room?
yeah, we'll do it one more time.
All right.
Hey,
Fighting
that's
the fire.
a 25.
That's a
That's
crit.
a crit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yes.
already
Fire's
had-
out.
You already had 2 successes in that room, so you put the
Hey.
fire completely
Yeah.
That
out.
was
Hell
my
yeah, dude.
natural 19 this time, so.
Nice.
Amazing.
Boom. So 2 of the rooms are out, 3 are still on fire.
Oh, 3 more. God, okay.
So many.
You know, it could have been. I was trying to pace like, how many eps do I need to prep for today? I'm like, well, the hallway will take 1.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
fight's probably a different ep. Nope.
And we're like, we'll do them both at the same time, James. Thanks.
Jane's over there like, do you think I can chain a 3rd fight in?
Huh.
There's
like,
another door to open.
Ari's
Anytime-
hyped.
Anytime I play an open world game, how many cars can I crash into a pile? All right, Lucky, that's your turn. Nikolai, you've got that room. You've got 1 extinguished credit in there.
And I'm going to step in there and try to put that fire out.
Put that fire out. Because you know what people love? Firefighters.
14.
Of course.
Nope. You got
One
one
short.
action left.
One
You gonna
short.
stay in there? You're gonna
15 is the number.
It's the number. What's
I will
it?
not only that, I'm going to move all the way to the other room.
You're gonna go to the breathing room.
Yeah.
You step in
It's a good
here.
move.
Let me give you a slightly better description of this room.
Don't worry.
He has like black in his nose, like you see firefighters when they're done. They have like the
Yeah.
inside of their black
On
is
the
coated
inside.
with smoke.
So you step in here. The room's plain stone walls and polished floors have already become stained with smoke, but it's still not that thick in here. At the far end of the room, atop a stone dais, stands a marble statue of an armored half-elven woman. One hand clutching a heavy shield, the other clenched into a fist over her heart.
So that's
Is that the reason his room
Like-
isn't on fire? Like it's like a blessed room?
Maybe. You can find more if you want to do recall knowledge check.
Yeah.
Next turn.
Fuck. I forgot.
All right. Green cutthroat, dead. Never mind.
Yep.
Not
Green
important
cutthroat?
enough.
Dead.
Bleeding. Trident marks on his body.
3 stab wounds in his chest. Although, interesting little side note. Yeah, let me do it right now, real quick. In first edition D&D, rounds weren't 6 seconds; they were about 10 seconds, and an attack roll did not betray a single attack. It represented a round of skirmishing, which could be multiple attacks. Anyway,
That makes sense.
just something to share with you. All right, Vex, it's your turn.
All right, so this guy just
Ari
stabbed
Vex.
Biff, which she does not like.
Yeah, not at all.
So she's going to run up and stab him back, and
Okay, now you either have to get up onto the table, which will take an extra move, or run around to the north side to get in range. You gonna mess up that billiards table?
I kind of want
It's covered in smoke and stuff. It's ruined.
the billiards table.
They're gonna have to refelt
Don't
it
tear the
regardless.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
Yeah.
refelt that thing for sure.
Right.
None of that's granite. Like, you're gonna be fine.
So it would take like an action to get up on the
Nope.
table.
An extra 5 feet.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting up on the
it's
table.
just difficult terrain is just an additional 5 feet.
Yeah, so she runs up onto the table and then just like jumps down, kukri out to like stab this guy as she jumps down.
You doing your finisher?
I am going to use the confident finish. She's feeling confident.
That
Okay.
was so badass.
An important thing here,
Trent,
Jane.
take a look. Trent, tell us what's on the
Dude. You're rolling rocks.
What did Jane roll?
natural 18.
But here's the thing, Jane. Before you get over there,
No,
as
don't
you
be a
move
dick.
through his threatened area, he will react by striking you in the air.
Did she
with
move
his
through the
dagger.
threatened area?
Because I'm on the table.
Yeah, to move down there. All right.
Whatever.
And we're going to resolve that attack of
Oh,
opportunity. Tune in next time.
I
Excuse-
hate this.
Not actually called attack of opportunity anymore.
Yeah, get it right.
The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.